Good morning, good afternoon, good evening around the world. My name is Doug Brunke. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. We are dedicated to our members. We had our Global Chamber Tokyo meetup last night. So it was what? It was about 12 hours ago, I guess. No, it was 16 hours ago. And it reminded me of how the Japanese companies tend to be so amazingly focused in on their clients, as a business. If you go, has anybody here been to a department store in Tokyo or a Japanese style? Yeah, there you go. What do you think, Rob? Was that just like sort of going to a Canadian department store, or was it a different experience for
Oh,
you?
heck no. Way more organized, way more better lighting, better everything. It's a complete experience. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, the visualization, that's actually another piece of it. And just the service orientation, it extends just so extreme. As a supplier ourselves and living in Japan, that we had a couple quality complaints over the years, and through I experienced what happens when there's some dysfunction and you cause your client a problem, and how how committing suicide, the harikiri concept is. I can understand it because there's so much shame associated with doing things that are bad. And so, honestly, why I bring that up is that I do believe that we aspire to be that way. We don't deliver that on a routine basis, but we aspire to be very service oriented. And so when I see what Cesar Trabanco is doing with Globi, and our team is doing with Globi, we have, I think, 5 or 6 people dedicated to Globi right now, and which really is a program to understand members better and to deliver value better and to use AI to focus each member to only see or mainly see the things that they're interested in seeing. So, for instance, one thing that we're starting immediately is hopefully not having the calendar events for every event to all members, or many members have been receiving a lot of calendar events. We're stopping that. At least that's the intent. If you see any going forward, certain there may be a dribble into November, but after November, the intent is, if you want to be informed or you want to have a calendar event, you can, and Globi will guide that. And if you don't, you won't. We haven't completely figured out the newsletter, but we can. We think we can do some things there that get more information for you and your own interests more to you. There'll still be probably some general stuff, but nonetheless, we're working on that too. One of the really great meetings I've had this week was yesterday with Rob Arthurs, despite the fact that my grandson was hitting me with a Swiffer, and he was all around us. Since we lived in Japan, we've got all these Japanese pots sitting on tansus in my office room, and he was precariously hitting these pots, one of which I had to really almost catch as he was trying to do some things on a hibachi that's on the floor. So despite that, Rob and I were able to complete our conversation, and I was refreshed on how unique Rob is in terms of his knowledge of trade, his connectivity to it, his passion for it, and the things that he's doing. He renewed his membership after our meeting. So, despite my grandson, he still felt strong enough about Global Chamber to move forward. So, thank you very much for that. And, Rob, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off, tell us a little bit more about who you would like to meet and how we can help. And I'm sure we should be able to, and we're always fascinated by the projects that you're working on. Thank you for renewing.
Thank you, Doug. And I love the grandson being there because it added a human element that we're all we're all involved in the world in spite of what's going on outside there. So that human element was nice. So excellent. Thank you, grandson. Um, some of the cool things I've been working on lately is I'm involved with FIFA World Cup here in Vancouver. For those who don't know, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've had 14 different companies. I still operate four today in different sectors. But I was headhunted by the government in 2005 to help with the 2010 Olympics. So I spent 5 years on the Olympic file as a business development for Olympic sponsors to make sure the sponsors were getting what they wanted. And now that same experience I'm translating now to FIFA World Cup into Vancouver
Could
and
you
helping
could
spell.
you
Go ahead.
pause for a second, Rob?
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure the dynamics of who's who on this, and so I think going forward on the global chamber ones, please, Mila, or maybe say sorry or the other one, could you make me like the Global Chamber of Vancouver and Doug Brunke a co-host so we can unspotlight me and spotlight Rob. That would be great. And I can do it, but if you could do it as well, but if you wouldn't mind making me a co-host, that would be awesome. And could you unmute or unspotlight Doug and spotlight the star of the show, Rob? There we go.
Oh, well, thank you.
So, sorry,
So
go
what?
so go ahead.
Yeah, so I've been now I've been doing some work with FIFA World Cup here in Vancouver. I'm working on an unaccredited media center that will be a little different from 2010, but be focusing on AI and using AI to generate sponsors to leverage their brands in the marketplace. So that's one thing I'm working on. Another one I'm working on is a project called Future of Living, which is a branch of the Canton Fair in Guangzhou, China, that we're bringing the technology side, the smart house, the smart city, the smart living to Vancouver next year. And it's all the robotics and AI that we're bringing, and with the endorsement of the partners of Canton Fair to Vancouver. So it's called The Future of Living, and it's about how we're going to live in the future using AI and technology and smart city, smart home. So if anybody's interested in that or has a connection in there, I'd love to hear from you. And the other thing I'm working on is, of course, agri-tech and agri-food, which is my day-to-day stuff in matching Canadian companies with international companies. So I have a contract with the government of Netherlands, government of New Zealand, government of Hungary, and hopefully soon the government of Mexico in matching Canadian agri-tech companies with their agri-tech companies. And some of them may have something that's 90% finished and they're missing that 10% from somewhere. And we're putting it together. So matchmaking is what I do. I do matchmaking with Canadian firms in different sectors, but I spent 14 years with the British Columbia government, and that was my job, is to lead trade missions around the world to food and beverage and agri-tech shows. So that's a bit about me. What I'm really, like I said, what I'm looking for is people in the AI. I run AI Vancouver, where we have 900 members, and it's a very, very active group. We had our meeting this week where we had a speaker from Philadelphia, Seattle, and Boston, and they tell us that the Western Canada area is a booming area, and we see that because we have the California Teachers Fund coming here next week to look at what's happening in AI in Vancouver. So, any of those things fit in with you, I'd love to talk to you and love to connect. I love collaborations, and thank you, Doug, for the warm welcome.
Amazing. Anybody you'd like to meet?
Everybody, because I've been away for the last 6 months, so I'd love to reconnect with most of the members. Anybody that's in that, especially the agri-food or agri-tech file, that's where I'd like to. That's who I'd like to connect with, and I'll put my contact information in the chat.
Awesome. Very good. For those of you, just for everyone, feel free to use the chat area to connect up with other people. And Mila, if you wouldn't mind making Global Chamber Vancouver a co-host, that would be great. And for all of you, raise your hand if you do want to ask a question. Ask questions in the chat as well. Reminder that this program is League of Extraordinaries, and our focus is to connect you to people that you want to meet. So generally for this, you'll each get 3 or 4 minutes, and we ask you to mainly focus in on who you'd like to meet and then provide any additional context or additional information or needs or events that are coming up or other things that we should either know about or things that you or in within your own world need help with. Let's continue to go around the room, and I'd like to now go to Alex Rosado of Midwest Global Staffing, new member of Global Chamber. Alex, thank you for joining. Love the fact of talent is so important, and I love the fact that your team is so there on it. And given your location in Denver, it's actually very needed in our Denver chapter. So thank you for joining. Could you let us know a little bit more about who you would like to meet and how we can help?
Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Thank you very much for having me. This is literally the first time that I'm here. I joined yesterday to the Global Chamber, so I'm very excited, still learning about how everything here works and all. But yeah, basically, I am with two companies. One is Hexis Consulting. Hexis Consulting does IT services, automation, cybersecurity, everything related to IT now, AI advisory. And I am also with Midwest Global Staffing, which is the company that we are looking to grow a little bit more than Hexis, because Hexis has been on the market for over 12 years. So it's quite established already. And for Midwest Global Staffing, we are currently working with American, Canadian, and Australian companies, mainly from the US. About 80% of the companies that we work with are from the US. And now, basically, we're looking to expand our market to other industries. We are very IT focused, but now we are looking for some other companies that wants to hire from marketing firms, CPAs, law firms, and we have staff from all over the world. We pre-vet them and we place the best candidates for you. Mainly our strongest side is the global talent, but we also have US-based talent. And yeah, our contracts are very flexible. They are month to month. So if anyone is interested in learning more, I am here for you. And yeah, like Rob said, I am also interested in learning on knowing, sorry, everyone here. So thank you very much for having me.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Your main offices are in a couple places, but you're, I think, servicing a wider range. Typically, where are your best clients located?
Our best clients are in the US. The US is already very, very well prepared for hiring remote staff. They already have all of the softwares ready, but we are not limited to that. About, like I mentioned, 80% of our current clients are from the US, and they are our main clients. Yeah.
Fantastic. I don't see any questions from anyone, so I'll continue to move on. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for sharing, and look forward to working with you. Let's go now to Manal
Thank you.
Joshi Jakli of Open Elevator, and she's got a somewhat of a related business, and so there's a little bit of a nice transition. Minal, thank you so much for your leadership. Could you let us know more about who you would like to meet and how we can help?
Yeah, thank you, Doug. Hi, nice to see you. And hello, everyone. I do something related. So basically, Alex, I actually try to help employers retain their employees. I think there's plenty of business for you anyway, because it's a very difficult job to retain employees. And the way I do it is I actually don't have a sixth sense for people. I have an algorithm that helps employers absolutely know and not guess where who is happy at work, who is less happy, and where issues are brewing. So someone has one foot out the door, and very importantly, why. So, and what they can do about it. In addition, we, as you mostly, I mean, all of us know, people don't leave jobs, they leave people. So we very accurately tell you who works well together and who works less well together, and where yeah, people want to kill each other. Based on this very quick and accurate algorithm, we have a very focused solution so that employers have the insight to develop retention strategies that actually are a win for them and for the employee. I mean, basically, if I invited you to dinner, I'd want to know what you want to eat, so I could be sure to make what you like. And this is kind of, not just knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is power. So it's as simple as that.
Interesting. So who's a great target for you, and where are they located?
Yeah, location. So as you know, I am in Zurich, Switzerland, but our client base is really mainly in the US. I am looking at, although we have a technology platform, so there is not a capacity issue. Most of the clients have been something like 200 to 2,000 sized employee companies. I think the reason for that is that younger organizations are much more impressed by a data-driven solution. In addition, they don't have a lot of existing processes already for them to be doing what they've always been doing. So they're more open to doing new things. And much of the business has been because of my own background in technology, financial services, and because of COVID, actually, as well as healthcare.
Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. And so, Alex, yes, this is kind of the other side of it, right? But if somebody isn't a fit, then they come into your world. And so I don't know, Alex, have you heard of this kind of a technology before? Or is this something you're familiar with?
I am not that familiar with that actually, and it's very interesting because our main, I will later share you our website. Our main thing is retention, because you know, Minal, that when candidates are moving and moving, that costs us time and money. So yeah, we're definitely retention focused. So I will love to speak to you later.
Yeah, yes, for sure. I'm going to put my information.
Sure.
The funny thing is, more than a decade ago, when I first built this tool, it was actually designed to help employers hire better, because that's what you want to know, right? Can someone do the job? Is there a values alignment? And where is there an interpersonal alignment? Forget the terminology. Basically, the point is, though, when we started helping companies when I do a debriefing with an employer and show them what is going on in their existing team, I've never left a debriefing when the manager doesn't say, can I use this in hiring? Because if I tell you accurately who you work with well and who you work less well with, next time you're going to want to depend less on your great interview questions to figure out who the person next to you is, how they're going to be when they actually join your team. Because today, actually, most people know that after like 2.5 weeks, that's when you figure out, good hire or bad hire, right? So we try to, but I don't like, instead of coming in with like a jack of all trades, I always focus on the existing team, and then we talk about hiring.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, especially for sales teams. That's something that could be very, very useful. So thank you for sharing, and we will definitely need to be in touch.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Minal. Always interesting, and really, hopefully, it's given some folks some ideas for how to help. Let's now go to Chet Seto of CJ Seto. Chet has a lot of employees, and he is someone also that has some great offerings as he's growing globally. Chet, who would you like to meet, and how can we help?
Thank you, Doug. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on where you are. I have been involved in a new business venture that involves electrical motors. We have developed a new technology that makes them up to 50% more energy efficient. And we have plans to take this technology globally. As a matter of fact, I just had a dinner meeting last night, Doug, with Mijang, who is going to try to open doors for me in Asia and South America, South Korea, Indonesia, Thailand, so forth. This technology is going to produce a lot of revenue for the local economy. We're going to be hiring up to 100 people, if not more, for each facility. We're going to outsource a lot of the installation. We're going to purchase from local suppliers. So what we're looking for is to establish relationships with various governments that will, hopefully open doors for us and perhaps help us to establish plants in their country. I have a meeting with South Africa later on, I guess it's next month in November, to possibly open up a plant there. So right now our plans is to develop the U.S. market. We're going to open up a market in UK, Eastern Europe, Middle East, in Dubai, South Africa, and Asia. So I'm looking for any kind of connections to these government agencies to discuss how we can establish a plant there.
We this week have had a couple of UAE events, one in New York and one at Global Chamber Boston yesterday. Yesterday or the day before. From those, we've put together a new event on November 10th with the government of UAE. So if you'd like some additional connections there, November 10th is an opportunity to both attend in New York, however, and also virtually. Does anybody have any? Thank you.
That'd be great. Thank
have
you.
any thoughts? And Tamer, sorry, I'm not sure if you had raised your hand with Manal or with Chet, but did you have a question?
No, I'm sorry. I just sent you a message. I have to leave in 5 minutes, and I just, have another meeting. So I just
Oh,
wanted to talk before that. But please finish your part, and then I can present myself.
okay, that sounds great. Thank you. So Chet, the business, can you let folks know the business that you're in terms of the products and services?
Oh, it's me again?
Oh yeah, just you talked a little bit about your expansion. So
Oh,
are
yeah. So
there?
expansion is for the electrical motors.
It is.
And so we are talking with the data center industry. Right now, we are in the plans for over 200 data centers that's going to be built next year. Data centers use a lot of energy. They use a lot of motors for the compressors to keep the air conditioning working, to keep the computers cool. Let's just say, sales and marketing. Sales is not an issue for us because the product pretty much sells itself, and we have a business model where we basically provide the motors to use for free in exchange for the energy savings that's realized. So if the motors don't generate any energy savings, then we don't get paid. So that's how confident that we are on these motors. So as I said, the sales is not the problem right now. Our problem is the production side. We have to make sure that our production capability can catch up to the sales, and that's why we're looking to expand into other countries. We're looking to hire people, train people, and hopefully, Global Chamber can help us do that.
Yeah.
Next month, or actually in January, I'm making a trip, and I think Mijang has reached out to you, Doug, about possibly setting up meetings for me when I'm overseas. So this is kind of what I'm looking for from Global Chamber.
Fantastic. Yes, Cesar's in the midst of that. He just posted how a member, kind of the last minute visiting Singapore, Cesar was able to make a couple introductions, and he was just so happy with those. The member out of San Francisco moving to Singapore. So thank you so much, and we'll certainly be able to help there. And also Rick Buss. Cesar would be a great connection. He gave an amazing presentation, a data center presentation, a couple days ago at the Global Chamber Real Estate Wednesday meeting. Definitely, we want to get him connected there. So, Tamer, are you still here? Let's see.
So I'm still here for
Okay,
just
very good. Who would you like to meet?
one more minute. So, well, many of you know me. My name is Tamer Flores. I'm a founder of Basile, stands for Business Development Global Consulting, and I do strategy planning and execution for international expansion of my clients. Basically, I become the executive of my clients, a fractional executive, and I coordinate everything. I do all the planning, and I execute their international growth using professionals like you guys. I have to. I'm call myself the maestro of the global expansion orchestra, meaning I direct the orchestra, but I don't play all the instruments, and you guys are the experts and you play the instruments. So, and I'm looking for any company between $5 million and $50 million that is thinking about going international. And that's my goal for this month that is coming. And revenue, again, between 5 and 50 million. And that they are thinking about going international, and I can tell them what I can do for them, how I do it, and actually work with you too while doing that. So thank you very much.
Sounds good. What particular types of industries are the best for you?
Yeah, I can work in many different industries that I have done, but I'm expert in the medical device industry and wellness industry mostly.
Okay, sounds good. Cesar, I don't know if we've connected him to GSE, but they're obviously very successful already, and so may not need very much help, but that might be an interesting one. So thank you so much, Tamer. Sorry
Thank you.
we kept you.
We'll see you next meeting. Thank you.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye.
Let's continue to go around the room. We talked to Julia Walsh of EOS Worldwide before we started to record. Julia, thank you for your leadership and your cross-border. You definitely go beyond the borders. Let us know who you would like to meet and how we can help.
Yes, definitely. So yeah, I'm an EOS implementer and I'm based out of Europe. I'm very globally minded. I work with a lot of distributed teams as well. I'm just now starting with a new client where they're spread out over between Canada, Germany, Hungary. They're just spread out. So that's one of my specialties. But specifically who I work with. So I work with, and I'm looking to connect with growth-oriented business owners. Typically, the size of company is about 10 to 250 employees. And there are two types of those business owners. There's the type that feel like yes, they're working really hard, but they feel like they have control over their business. And then you have the types that feel like the business is running them, that they're working really hard, but there are just certain frustrations that they just can't figure out or deal with, like frustrated with not enough profit, frustrated with their people, like they're trying a lot of things and they just can't break through to the next level in whatever they want. I work with that second category of business owners. And when I work with them, I bring a complete system with very simple tools called EOS. It's an operating system, not a software. It's just a way of organizing and harmonizing all the moving parts in the business in a very simple entrepreneurial way. And when we do that, everybody in the company starts to get really aligned on the vision. There's much more discipline, focus, and accountability, and the team health increases. It becomes a team of people who really enjoy spending time together, and they're very cohesive. So the results that they get is, they're solving those frustrations, they're increasing the value of their business. So definitely some benefits on the business side. But one thing I keep hearing over and over from clients is on the personal side, like business owners and leaders who've implemented EOS saying, hey, I was able to go on vacation for weeks and not feel like I need to check in or check my email. Like they actually can trust that they've got a self-running business where enough where they can step away. So my entire background has always been dedicated to leadership and management of small, medium businesses and startups. And this, I was a client of EOS for a long time, and I finally made the switch over. So I'm very passionate about helping small and medium businesses. So I'm always happy to connect, even if it's just more casual, help people just talk through some issues. Um, I love meeting business owners and founders and hearing their stories. So, oh, and then geographically, like I said, I'm in Europe. I'm in Switzerland. So I sometimes travel to clients, like for example, in the UK or in Boston, but I also work remotely, like I said, with some distributed teams. And then I do love startups, but I will work with startups after they've figured out product market fit. Because what I bring is execution. So once they're ready to go, we can go. But yeah, so those are the types of people I'm looking to connect with.
Fantastic. Great system, great leader. Thank you so much. Any questions from anyone, please go ahead and ask or unmute or raise your hand at any time.
Yeah, Julia, would you please provide your contact info?
Yes, definitely. I'll drop that in.
Julia is, I think, a wine drinker because I think I vaguely remember seeing a picture of you recently drinking wine with someone somewhere, and then you
Yes.
and on LinkedIn, and I also saw you in Morocco having
Yeah.
a program. So so that I
Yeah.
mean, Julia is a global leader, and she has connections, I
Mhm.
think, to the East Coast, right, of the U.S.
Yep. I'm from New Hampshire / Boston originally. So yes, strong ties there. And yeah, I'm going to another wine event tomorrow. Also, I want to say, Rob, actually, I forgot to mention this. I love the Olympics. I'm going to my third Olympics in Milan this year. So I'm just a huge fan of it. I love the buzz and all the countries coming together. It's just so fun.
So that's great because Rob's involved. Isn't it coming back to Vancouver at some point, 30 something?
There's a talk about that, but of
Oh,
course, when you get the opposition, so who knows?
I see. Okay. It's definitely coming to Milan,
Yep.
right or let's see, in next year, in February,
Yep.
and it's
Yeah,
coming
I've
to
got
LA.
speed skating and hockey tickets. Yeah.
Fantastic. And having been very involved with one Winter Olympics, and Rob and I both have been involved in Winter Olympics. They're amazing, and
Oh,
it's
so
coming to
fun.
LA in
Yep.
28, and we have several members very involved, and we are connected directly into the Olympics. So if anyone is
Oh,
interested
nice.
in the 28 Olympics in LA, please let us know. So thank you, Julia. Always a pleasure. I wish we had a glass of wine here, but it's a little early here in the U.S. for that. Let's keep going, and I want to spotlight Mohammed Omar. I thought of Mohammed when Chet was speaking because Chet does so much work with data centers and infrastructure side of things, and Mohammed an hour and a half ago gave the second in a series of conversations at Global Chamber on opportunities in Iraq. He's our leader in Kirkuk, and we're formulating looks like 4 or 5 main cities of Iraq chapters for Global Chamber. The opportunities are amazing, and what Iraq is going through and what he presented was extraordinary in terms of kind of that cycle where there's so horrific traffic because there's not enough roads, so there needs to be roads. And there was, I think I wrote down 5 million homes that need to be built. There's a deficit there. There's just all sorts of things happening. Mohammed, thank you for being right on top of all of that. Are you able to talk a little bit about who you would like to meet and share? Are you available?
Yes, Doug, I am on the way home. So thank you again for great to listen to all of you. Yes, I was also thinking of Chet when I listened to him. If he could kind accept my LinkedIn connection, and I would love to see what is the plan to manufacturing, the amount of investment and the business plan. Probably we will find some kind of investor if the business model is there. I assure you, Iraq is larger than Dubai, and the it's not even cooler, maybe hotter. So we need those kind of technology. So thank you again, Doug, and I'm looking forward to connect with you. I will share my information in the chat, so we will take it from there. Thank you very much.
Did you, in your presentation, did you share or could you share a link to the presentations, the video presentations that you shared during the event?
Yes. I will share it, the link for the presentation, so they will take a look. Okay.
I think it
I
was
will do it in a minute.
one of the best
Thank you very
presentations.
much.
Really outstanding.
Thank you very much. Thank you again. Thanks.
Really, really well done. Let's now go to, I'm not sure, Siddharth, if you're today in India or Tanzania. I remember you saying in the India call that you were headed to Tanzania. Are you available to share who you're looking to meet and any other information about your business? Siddharth Pawar of Gamma International. Are you available?
Yes. Hi, good morning, good evening, everyone. So, hi, Doug.
Hello.
As you may be knowing that the situation is very tense in Tanzania. I just canceled my ticket. I was supposed to fly today, but I have canceled my ticket for a week or two. I'll be here in India still. So, everyone, I'm Siddharth Pawar from Gamma International Tanzania Limited. We are exporting raw cashew nuts and processed cashew nut kernels from Tanzania to the world, as well as coffee and timber. So we are traders importing ethanol and liquor from Mauritius and India to Tanzania, and exporting food commodities, mainly cashew, coffee, from Tanzania to the world. So if anyone is looking for any sourcing activities, or if there is anything that I could be of any help to someone from Tanzania or East Africa, I would be happy to connect. Thank you.
Fantastic. This was related to the election, I think, in Tanzania, right?
Yes.
Are there
Yes.
issues there after the election, or is it proceeding okay?
No, it is after the election, the presidential elections.
Yeah.
The people are on the streets, and fire and protests everywhere.
Oh boy. Okay. So, so I'd like to. I haven't kept up with it, but I know we had we had 6 events on Wednesday. So that was exciting because that was. I think we've had 6 before in a day, but that was pretty high for us, very high for us. And one of them, Nima Maleli, was intended
Yes.
to be a facilitator for one of the events coming out of Northern Ireland for us, and she couldn't do it because the internet was shut down. That was election day.
Yes. Yes.
So it is the president there. We're not political, and so I don't have any opinion about, and I don't know enough about all the dynamics, but I do know that she's a strong person, and she was instrumental in getting our event put together that we did in Tanzania earlier this year. And so hopefully people are able to work through that successfully, and you're able to get back. So let's see how it evolves. Let's continue to go around the room. Saili Mokate of Aprilai. I thought of you earlier when someone was talking about, it was Minal was talking about the app and that she has built. We probably need to connect the two of you if you're not already connected. Saili, do you have an opportunity to say hi and who you'd like to meet?
Sure, thank you, Doug. So this is Saili from Aprilai. We do custom software services. So as a core part of our services, we develop mobile and web applications. We have an extensive portfolio of third-party integrations. We help businesses to take care of their technological side of it so that they can focus on their business. The another tier of services, we provide commodity trading and risk management for oil, gas, and mining industry. The third tier, we help businesses through customizations, working with industry leaders in partnership mode, like Zoho, Monday.com, and Odoo, which is an ERP software. So for any business who is looking for digital transformation, looking for, getting the technology to speed up their sales, automate their operations, and see what technology can bring change to their business, we are happy to help. And we do not work in traditional mode that this will work and at the end it doesn't work for them, and businesses end up in struggling with another unit as a technology. We make sure that customer sees ROI, they sees the change in how they used to operate earlier and what is the next coming in. So we work in a smarter ways to make sure the technology is also very much useful, because these days, if you just look at the phones look smarter than humans, right? But not everyone knows the features come out of box in an iPhone, even though they are paying for it. So likely I have seen clients that they use and pay for a full subscription without even using 20% of features coming out of box. So that is where our expert consultation comes in place, where we get to know them what is the optimized path so that their maintenance costs are to the minimum. Anybody looking for these kind of services, we majorly work with B2B businesses. Anywhere from 50 to 200 employees is a sweet spot for us. Who are looking for a reliable tech partner, we can work with them to get them advanced on their technology needs. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you very much. Appreciate the information. And Saili is based in Austin, Texas. Basile is located around the world, but he does have a residence in the Washington, D.C. area. Basile is the world's expert on networking and the process of networking. Thank you, Basile, for your leadership. Who would you like to meet? How can we help?
Sure, thank you. I would like to meet people in business development who would like to improve their networking skills, but also company. I think Minal was just said earlier, people do not leave the company, they leave the people. Our experience is if you bring those people, teach them soft skills, they work well together and they want to stay together. That's where we come in. So we work with HR or any company interested in bringing the people together so they stay in good communication and work together, or professionals who want to improve their networking skills so that they can increase their sales. Thank you.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing some things special together too, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I've been always kind of hesitant to use the word networking, because I don't feel like that's our core skill. It's intentional connecting. That's what our focus is at Global Chamber. It's understanding each member, knowing a lot of people, and then making warm introductions intentionally so that something happens, rather than networking like in a big room of people and sorting through. It's something we all have to do. Basile is an expert at that, and every aspect of meeting people and taking things to the next level, including referrals and things like that. So definitely get to know him and his methodology, and you'll be hearing more and more as we incorporate some of his ideas into Global Chamber. Thank you, Basile.
Thank you, Doug. I want to add one thing. I totally agree with you. I don't like the word networking.
Oh.
Because for whatever reason, but I would say the materials we put together, if in the last 20 years, if I was to put a title on it, I would say how to get along with your fellow man. That's what I would call it. And that's what it is. But we use networking because that's what people can think with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It feels, maybe because of the IT world, it feels cold.
Yes.
And it can be cold.
Mhm.
It's necessary.
Mhm.
But so thanks. Thank you for that. I agree with you.
Thank you.
Emily Landis Walker is in the room, or she was in the room. I don't see her at this moment. Let's see. Are you here, Emily? She dropped out. And so I was excited to hear from her because she has an Olympics opportunity, or she's helped in past Olympics, as Rob and I have. And I thought of her when Rob was mentioning about the Olympics yesterday. And so I wanted to circle back with her and probably have her understand more about what Rob is doing and vice versa. So we probably need to make that connection. Emily Landis Walker and Rob connected relative to the Olympics. So let's mark that down. I think Brendan Matuki is in the call of Global Chamber Mombasa. Brendan, what's the view from Kenya? Are you able to speak? Do you have the receptivity to be able to say hi and give an update from Mombasa, or where you might be in Kenya today?
Yes, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's roughly around 7 around here.
Welcome.
Just a quick update. We are moving steadily. We recently reached out to another government agency, the public-private partnership, and we are exploring how we can best work together. That is in reference to Shetu mentioned that he is looking for opportunities between B2G. I believe that is going to open up opportunities for him. And then I also wanted to update Robert. You mentioned in Canada. I wanted to share an update. There's a company from there that has entered the region. They are setting up an organic city in Tana River County, one of the ASAL regions. So maybe they can reach out and see how best to collaborate. Doug, I'm also planning to maybe set up an event soon. And in one of my earliest events, I wish to request Basile to be part of that network, to have especially knowledge transfer with our new members that are coming in.
Okay, happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. We've had a couple things with Kenya recently. One was at the global real estate call that we do every week. We had a review of real estate market in Kenya. So that was a week and a half ago. And then we had something else recently as well. So thank you. And we're definitely open, Brendan, to looking at additional activities for sure. I think there was one more. Let's see, who hasn't spoken? Jim Cook. He was one. Jim Cook always has his finger on the pulse of startups and unicorns. Jim, is there anyone you would like to meet and anything we can do to help?
Yeah, I'm going to tag in with Julia Walsh that all the note takers and everybody in the panel, they're always going to have something cross their desk that's a good idea, but it's either not what they do or they don't have time to do it. Our particular company globally will take a solution to a recognized problem to a scalable market and make it work. All right, we're very, very tight on filtering, screening. By the time we would get a particular program to your desks all around the globe, they're ready to scale and scale quickly. That's what we do. Yes, Julie, I'll drop you a note.
That sounds good. Anybody in particular you would like to meet on Tuesday?
It's more like what we don't want to meet. I mean, we know what we're good at. Fashion, no, I wouldn't do that on a bet. Personally, I'm trying to steer away from AI startups because it's going to be commoditized probably in about 6 or 7 months. So AI startups are going to have a lot of money and go away. So unless it's really, really IP protected or moat protected in AI, we probably don't mess with that. So
Okay.
it's more like we don't do rather than what we do on market silos.
Okay. Well, keep us posted on what we should be looking out there for things that are coming next, because I kind of feel that's true with AI. You've got to be way ahead and have IP protection, et cetera. Does anybody else have anything else? We're right at time. We've only got a couple minutes. I'll ask Cesar to say a word or two so that we can hear from headquarters. But in the meantime, is there anything else that someone forgot to say or any other comments before Cesar has some words to say?
Julia has a hand up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I took it down. I was just going to message Jim. Yeah, I just had a quick question about Jim. Is there a particular stage of the startup that you really like to get involved in?
I think the first thing we do is what we call discovery. All right, where we
Yeah.
sit down with a particular and see what they've got and where they're going. And if there is a next step, then we'll do a workplace. All right, we will not get involved unless it's going to be worth everybody's effort on the panel and the notes. All right.
Yeah.
We will work to make sure it works. And we have something called, don't worry about the 5 visions, but the first ones are calm and don't, or crawl and don't. We just politely decline. All right. We know what works. We've been successful at it. The discovery process will take about a half hour, 45 minutes by Zoom. And we'll know after that by culture and IP and scale and market and all that before we even get started.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. Chet, you had a question.
I have a quick question for Rob. I'm going to be in LA next summer. What's the best chances of getting tickets to the first round in LA for the World Cup?
Well, Chet, you know what? I'm looking after the Vancouver side, so that would be somebody like Doug. That might be able to turn some more doors for you. I can't help you there, my friend. I'm sorry.
All right.
That would come through the Global Chamber Los Angeles chapter, and the city of LA has asked us to promote Los Angeles as a sports mecca, and we're putting that program together. So we'll know a lot more. Probably Cesar is already being connected to some folks. Well, I'll let him speak. I'll just say in my conclusion, thank you all for participating today. Happy Friday. Happy the beginning of November. Let's have a great next week as we continue to count down the year at a breathtaking speed.
Yes.
Thank you for participating. Next Thursday, we have our cross-cultural global culture mentality conversation. I hope you can join us there as we continue that discussion of how to be a global leader, how to cross cultures as a leader. And then on Friday, we do an update on what's going on in the world of trade, exporting, foreign direct investment, et cetera. Cesar, any final comments? Are you there?
I'm here. Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Well, Chet, I was rejected in the first round for tickets of the World Cup. My sister got in the first round. I don't know. It seems to be really random. So I really look forward to learn. If anyone has an idea of a direct connection there, that would be great. My kid is a soccer player, and it's having a match in Miami, a World Cup match in Miami it's gonna be the closest for us. in God knows, how long. So I put in the chat, I put the link to the Globi member profile form. I think many of you, especially the ones who are new members, has already completed the profile, but make sure you do. Make sure you have and you add as much as information as possible, because we'll be using the AI to get that, to really identify that even Julia likes Olympics, and that, she didn't know that we have an Olympics chat in the WhatsApp. Probably she didn't know that. So that anything you can add, and we're actually in the process to making sure these events are captured also and added into the mix. So again, go to that form and fill it out, and you'll be hearing from us very soon about Globi and the beta products for you to test as well.
And on that point, actually, yesterday, one of the renewals, we had a big day yesterday, a lot of renewals and new members. One is Paragon Global, and we know them as Poland, so everything related to Poland. However, they have some kind of thing going on with the LA Olympics, which I didn't know because we had this conversation. So those are the kinds of things that Cesar's talking about.
And that's really good example, Doug. I was playing with Globi during the meeting because we have a member traveling to Poland, and they didn't appear in the search, but it's because they're based in the US, even though they're from Poland. So it's complex, and that's why we want to get as much information possible, because this is just a simple, my chapter's LA, and I help companies with business development. Then the whole Polish connection is not going to be there. So we want to get that. It's not a simple step, but that's exactly what we want to do.
Yeah, the members who filled that out and all their interests and things like that, it really enhances Globi's ability to make those connections. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. I think this might be it, right, Cesar? Is this the last event for the month? I don't think we have another one today. We had the Iraq meeting.
We have a couple of meetings, but not an event.
We have 2 events on Monday, and one of them looks really interesting. I think I'm actually speaking at it too. But it's just looked like a really fascinating conversation. Let me just call it up quickly, because I think several of you might find it very interesting. It was delayed, and then they've collected a variety of different interesting speakers. It is Panama Independence Day on Monday, and also the event is the key to unleashing productivity in your organization during dynamic market conditions. So it's a mouthful, but the speakers are really extraordinary. And so oh no, it's all men too. Oh my God. Okay, sorry about that. So we kind of blew that, but we at least have really extraordinary leaders and speakers, and the concept and the what I've seen of the notes of the presentations look really great. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day and weekend.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. See you.
Cheers.